Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be having a look at the brand new Warcry warband, the Vulkyn Flameseekers. Warcry's getting some great products lately, and here we go with a brand new warband for the Fyreslayers, and it even includes a baby Magma lizard. So let's get started. We'll have a look at the reveal video first, and then we'll have a closer look at all the photos and get some information from the Warhammer community article about these brand new models. Here we go then, here's the new models, and nice to see some Fyreslayers getting some new models that aren't characters as well. That's really cool, and I'm sure you can use these in Age of Sigmar, as we normally can do with all the Warcry models. So really great, if you're a Fyreslayers fan, you're going to get some brand new models to add to the collection, and they look pretty good. I think they've done a nice job here, keeping with the vibe of the Fyreslayers, but bringing them in to Warcry with 9 new models altogether. So these are the lizard-wrangling Vulkyn Flameseekers. But they're not just there to catch these lizards, they also seek out the scattered Vulkazar, which are the sacred flames unleashed by Vulkatrix's death, and they're infused with divine power. Here are the first 3 models out of this set of 10, and as always with Warcry, you get a mix of male and female models. They've done that right from the beginning, so really cool to see that coming into the Fyreslayers as well. As far as the sculpts go, I quite like the one at the top left here, and of course that baby Magma lizard there, looking awesome. They really like their pets in Warcry at the moment, so we're probably going to see a lot more of that. It'd be awesome to see more baby monsters, I think, in the different warbands as they come out. Here we go, not too keen on these. You've got an iconic pose on the top 2 for sure, for the dwarves of any kind, but yeah, for Fyreslayers, they definitely fit in. But for me, it was that previous slide we saw that gets the best one. Here's the pet for the warband then, looking good. Nice little character this one. I wonder how fast it'll be as well, because Fyreslayers are generally pretty slow in Warcry, so it'd be nice to have a little bit of speed, but I'm guessing he's going to have to stay close to the Tamer, which we'll see in a moment. That's usually the case, as we've seen with like the Untamed Beast, with the Roctus Prowler having to stay close to his Tamer as well. So yeah, that's probably going to be the case of these two doubling up, and then their abilities being linked together within a certain number of inches. But we'll have to wait and see when we get more on the rules. Now this little guy is called a Kindledroth, and they describe him as the adorable offspring of bigger magmic monsters. It doesn't specifically say whether it's a baby Magmadroth, but in the first picture that we saw in the video, it did say under that on the Warhammer community site that it's a baby Magma lizard. Here we go then, here's the Beastmaster that's going to be taming not just the Magmadroths but also looking after this little guy, and he's called a Drothmaster. Those things on his pauldrons there are Magmadroth eggs, and the whip are forged with Magmadroth scales. There's a nice little emblem on the back there as well, on that little tiny cloak of his, and you can see he's also got the scales built in as some kind of armour all over him. Every warband needs a leader, and for the Fyreslayers it's the Vulkyn Runefather. You can see here he's armed with the mastercrafted Bokaz, but you can also build him with the Great Axe that we saw in the picture earlier on. Here you can see the back of the cloak, some nice detail in there at the bottom. That makes a change from just a regular smooth cloak, so that's really nice to break it up a little bit. And then here you can see a close-up of that weapon with the runes and all the markings you'd expect to see with the Fyreslayers. I think they've done a great job getting these painted up. The cloaks look awesome, the hair looks really good, how they've done that to resemble flames across all the models. I really like that. And again, you can see that theme of the scales coming through on the model with the armour and the headpiece. Because the idea here is that once these beasts become too frenzied to tame or contain, the whole warband, including the Drothblood Thanes and all the ones we've seen, will all get together, take the beast down, and then repurpose the scales for all different cloaks and armour. So you're going to see that as a theme running right through the entire warband. That's pretty fun then. So there we go, the Vulkyn Flameseekers. This is going to be a box of 9 miniatures altogether. I'm guessing the cards are going to be in there as normal for the abilities and the fighter cards as well. And overall, I think this is great to get something new for the Fyreslayers. They haven't got that many models to choose from, and if you wanted to build an army, a little bit limited. So it's really nice to have a bit of variety now, and some little characters that you can include that aren't just the main characters. So it's going to add a bit more personality to the army, I think, if you want to play them in Age of Sigmar. And hopefully they'll have some really good abilities for Warcry to mix things up a little bit. Hopefully some new ones, not just repurposed ones. And I'd be interested to see how they tackle the idea that these aren't so fast, so they're going to be a little bit slow, and how they're going to get around that, whether in making them a little bit tougher or using that little beast to get around the tabletop a little bit quicker. It seems to be a great time to play Warcry recently, especially if you haven't played before. And if you remember from the Nova Open, we got to saw what I think was the best reveal of the day, and that was for Warcry as well. It included the Wilder Corpse Hunters, which I think are probably going to be one of the best Warcry warbands. I'm saying it now. I think they've got everything going for them. They've got close-up combat, speed with those dogs. They've got long range with their heavy crossbows, and then the short crossbows are going to get stuck in at the mid-range too. So it feels like they've got a lot going for them, and I cannot wait to get them. The miniatures look awesome. I love this idea of kind of scouts and assassins, and all together they've done a fantastic job there. Can't wait to see the sprues. Hopefully we can have a lot of them with hoods on. I thought they would have released those on their own, but they're going to put them in this new box set with the Ogre Moor Tribes Gorger Moor Pack. 5 awesome looking models, some really great poses and characters here. Some a bit repetitive and a bit reminiscent of maybe some of the other models we've seen across other factions, but that one in the bottom right looks awesome. Bottom left looks great, and I like the one at the top left too. So there's a lot going on here and a lot to like. You'll also get the Sarlacc Pit, Moor Pit, and you're going to get a book as well, so that's going to set the scene. But you don't get the battle boards, you don't get extra terrain, and you don't get the core rulebook. But a different way to do it. Hopefully the price is going to be a lot better as well. Sub £80 would be nice. I'll be really happy if it's around £65, £75 mark. We'll have to wait and see. Age of Sigmar's been fantastic. Warcry, some really good things to look forward to, but this King Troggoth was another great model we saw at the Nova Open. And look at all those Ironjaws models we saw recently, not just at the Nova Open, but in this week's pre-order preview as well. Really looking forward to those models. And then Cities of Sigmar recently got that army set, and with the new book as well, Reign of the Brute, things are looking really good. And if you want to find out more about how much these new models are going to be, I did a confirmed prices video yesterday. I'll link to that at the end of this one, and that includes all those Ironjaw models, including the massive hog, which is finally available to pre-order this coming Saturday. A massive thank you to all my sponsors and supporters, and a huge thank you to you for clicking on their links. I'll put some links down below where you can pre-order some of these products we've seen in the previous videos, and if you do, I get a small commission with some of them that really helps me to keep going with these videos. So thank you so much for supporting me and for supporting these awesome businesses out there, helping to make tabletop gaming so fun. I've been working on some of the models from Moonstone recently, and I got these painted up. Really had fun painting up Gump, which is this guy here, and the rest of the tree folk from the Weird Wood set, which is awesome. And I've got one more model, which is called Dranya, to paint up, so I can't wait for that. Great model. I'm also going to be making another video this week looking at those objective markers from Baron of Dice. Fantastic. They make tournament play so much better. And then I've got something really exciting planned for the next few months, actually. This is going to be Escape from Stalingrad Z and Raybox games. We're looking at some of the games from their range, bringing you some new reveals and some exciting news, and I'll be focusing on some solo play with that series. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. And if you want to see the podcast that I've recently started, I did an interview with Marco Picota. He's the creator behind Raybox Games, and that video is up on the channel here on YouTube, but also on Spotify now. Alright, that's enough about what I've got going on. What have you got going on with the hobby? Is there anything cool you're working on at the moment? I'd love to hear about it in the comments down below, and also what you think about this new Warcry warband. And if you're into Facebook, if you're on there, it'd be great if you come over and join my Facebook page and group, and then you can share your work there. And I'm trying to build a little community there, which I think will be really fun as we get going with more and more of these skirmish games from independent creators too. So look out for that link down below. But thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, it'd be great if you hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.